Welcome to the very first weekly edition of Normal Talk. It's the only show where you get us sitting on a couch talking about normal things. I'm your host. I'm not going to reveal my name until the end of the podcast. It'll give you more incentive to listen. Today we've got another guy who I won't give the name of until the end of the podcast to give you more incentive to listen. His name is Nick. He works at can you explain to me what you did? I did not look over the notes, the production notes, at all.
It's okay. I don't blame you. I don't do it at work either.
Wait. So you're saying you have production notes at work?
I got a whole clipboard of production notes. Now I have to put it together myself, and I don't even read it.
I see. Very intriguing. Very intriguing so far. I haven't even asked you a written question yet, and we are already learning so much about your life story.
I feel like I'm really opening up as a person.
Well, be careful, because this is a family show. We can only say shit twice, and I've already said it once.
I have to warn you, I have gas. That's it. All right, next question.
I believe I asked a question, and it was, where do you work?
I work at a Starbucks and a supermarket.
Starbucks and a supermarket. What an amazing combination. This is why I'm really proud to be an American. When you can combine when I can combine two of my favorite things, coffee and another place where you could also buy coffee.
You can. We have a wide selection. Together, I probably am responsible for about 2,000 kilograms of the dirt. The beans.
Do you have a legal trade deal with Colombia, and that's how you're able to produce such a high amount?
Listen. Nothing about my trade deal with Colombia is legal.
I got a viewer question. Just came in right now, and it says a viewer question. How are we able to have viewers if this is an audio podcast?
Some people have a site, you know.
They're watching us right now, just like many a person is watching us right now. Question is, it's widely accepted that Starbucks is popular with vagrants and younger gays. How do you reconcile this when you go into work every morning?
I just find that those types of people I relate to better than others. I'm vagrant myself.
Ooh, well,
that's a medication, right?
I believe so. Vagrant. It gives you epic boner. It gives you powers beyond our mortal comprehension. Kids, if you have to perform at a upcoming, let's say, a talent show, and you want to get the nerves off, why don't you try Vagrant? Vagrant is available at 17 different supermarket chains across the nation.
You gotta ask nicely.
It's been a proud sponsor of our podcast ever since day one. So thank you for Vagrant Drug Company.
Thanks for keeping Starbucks in business.
For sponsoring our cause. Would you like to ask me any questions? I always, as an interviewer, I always ask the questions, but I don't get asked anything, and that's really distraughting to me. I wake up every morning, come into work, and I say, I'm asking everybody everything, but nobody knows anything about me. So trying to figure out how to reconcile that as well. Any questions?
My main question now is, I was just noticing right now, I pulled up my shirt, and there appears to be about a 6-inch scar where my liver should be.
I see.
And also, when can I go home, if ever?
Well, this is your home now, because home is where the heart is.
Better get comfortable then.
Think about all of the memories we've shared. We talked about stuff on the couch.
Your wall is full of pictures of me and you. I'm not conscious in any of these, but I mean, it offers a little insight as to what exactly happened. I wanted to make you feel
very comfortable when you came in here, so I wanted to let you know that I already know you very personally. So that way you would be able to open up, and when I ask questions, it'll be a lot simpler.
Well, you'd be happy to know I do feel comfortable. It might be the sedatives talking, but I feel...
Well, I have to get at least a couple of our... we have to try out our sponsor's product, and that's why I want...
Vagrant? Am I writing a Vagrant?
You are on Vagrant right now, and that's the reason why I wanted to do this in real time, so we could talk about the product as it's going through your system. Can you please tell me how you feel right now? And just be very, very explanative. Is that a word? Descriptive. Be very descriptive.
That's the sharpness that you get when you take Vagrant. I know words.
I wasn't able to take it because that would be a conflict of interest. And, we're very ethical here at the Normal Talk show. So, can you explain, please? Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, one, I feel very confused. Confused for sure. My pant size has increased.
Your pant size?
Yes, I used to be a 30 by 30, now I'm a 32 by 30. Ever since taking Vagrant, so it gives you that little extra waistline, some virility.
Virility. That's one of those big words that Vagrant teaches you.
The 3 V's of Vagrant: virility, vagrant, and
velocity.
Well, velocity comes later. I can show you some velocity after the podcast.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we had another question coming in from Jack Thistaniel.
Hey, Jack.
Thistaniel. Am I pronouncing that name correctly? Thistaniel? I hope so.
That's Polish, yeah.
Thistaniel asks, where do those green ties come from that you get in the produce section of the supermarket? That's a really good question. I've always been wondering that.
I'm gonna answer your question with a question.
Okay.
Who are you working for? Who told you to ask that question? That's a very suspicious question. Mm-hmm. Taking into consideration recent events with my supermarket, people have gone missing, and it seems in bad taste, and just it's suspicious that you would ask a question like that, considering the context, the historical context. So very disrespectful. Can we go to the next question?
Well, no. First, legally, I'm required to tell you one of the side effects of Vagrant, and that's massive conspiracy theories and paranoia. And I hope that's not what's going on with you right now.
Have you seen Bush and 9/11 in the same room?
Oof,
there it goes. I feel the Vagrant. Oh.
Next question. My favorite fruit are apples, but every time I go to the store, they don't have the kind of apples I like. What is your favorite apple, and why aren't my favorite apples in the store?
Well, the problem is you're shopping for horse apples. You got to go to a farm to find those. I can tell from your tone what your favorite type of apple.
What a funny story. There's actually a horse on the profile picture.
This guy is
we're literally speaking to a horse, and it came out straight out of the horse's mouth, that question.
And this is why people watch us, and we are always under supervision. We're being watched. Anyway, my favorite apples are Gala apples.
Gala apples.
Yeah. And I like Fiji apples. That's where my hiding spot is from the government. That's where I go when I'm on the run, which is usually to avoid things like this, because I got caught. Oh, it's all starting to come together.
Okay, that's good. That was another question coming from Gene from Texas. He says, can you give us some tips for the...
Gene, genetically modified. This is another one of them. They placed him. This question.
Yeah, well, interesting enough. They said, can you give us some tips for your ideas, just basically life tips, for how to survive in the inevitable singularity of all mankind?
Adapt, assimilate, become one with the board.
Well, I like the fact that you're really accepting this. I don't want anyone in my head. If you want to hive mind me, I would suggest you start by taking away my guns, because I will kill anyone that comes anywhere near me and that wants to control me. And that's why you got to get your kids out of the public school system. Once God was taken out of the schools, we have seen a massive downswing in our country.
I've seen a massive downswing in my body ever since
you
took the liver out of me.
You have to teach your kids young, or the government will. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a test. This is not a drill. I saw a lineup of people that were pro-choice saying, honk if you love children, and there was not a honk to be heard. Nobody cares anymore. Next question comes...
Anyone who's seen my hard drive knows I love children.
Well, America thanks you, because that's going to be what's going to keep this country together. This is what's going to keep this country together. And I don't care what Hillary Clinton thinks she's going to get away with when she gets into the White House, because we all know the system's rigged. Next question. How can I better write my grocery list? I try to do it by price so I can have a better calculation of how much money I can spend, but then I just realized that I'm going around the store aimlessly. Do you have any tips on how to organize a grocery list? Thanks for that question.
Get the layout of where you're shopping. Before you go, do a little scoping, do a little reconnaissance, and just plot it out on a map. What goes where and in what order you'll be walking past certain items, and then just write your list in that order. Can't go wrong. Save a lot of time.
What exactly do you mean by reconnaissance? Should I like take a hostage? There's a lot of questions that have not been answered. In fact, you've raised even more questions from that answer. Thank you. This is not a good show. This is not how I pictured the show starting out when I started it out.
She said all that?
No, that's what I said. That's my own problems.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Hostage isn't necessary, which is one of the few situations in which I can say that, hostage is not necessary.
Okay.
Reconnaissance, just take some pictures. And don't put them online, or you will get found. Oh man, what am I saying? Just take note of the layout. That's the big thing. I mean, I don't know what I'm leaving out.
I don't know anybody else that has coffee in this whole city except for you. So you're gonna have to start explaining, and start explaining quick, because I am a little bit upset with you right now.
I'll tell you what.
Yes.
All right. The answer did not lie in my liver.
Well, listen, I don't know where your liver went. I didn't take it. Maybe one of the techs did. Maybe the audio engineer did. He's a little shaky-eyed there. His name is Jason. He's a little weird.
I talked to Jason.
He's sitting around all the time and just waiting for me to finish the show. I don't know what he does, but he goes in and he changes stuff around. He takes me out of contact all the time. So fuck you.
It involves anesthetic and a scalpel, and that's whatever, man.
Frank, Jason,
I can hang. All right.
Nick, Jason, if you took his liver, I would like you to return it. He needs it to survive.
Oh man,
I cannot go around just having. Can you imagine how bad I'm gonna look if my guest just drops dead right after his interview? And even still, he's on some kind of drug that I'm not sure is legal. That's Vagrant, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna give you a lot of ups and downs. We're legally obligated to tell you that it is not necessarily approved by the FDA, but it is approved
by my A.
You can also take it rectumly.
Rectumly,
in the rectum, right in the a-hole.
And I feel like that's how you administered it to me, or you administered something rectally. All right, next question, please.
Well, the next question comes from our fine folks at Vagrant. Vagrant asks, will you be buying more Vagrant? The answer better fucking be yes, because if it's not, we're going to lose this brand deal, and I'm not going to be able to feed my kids.
Absolutely.
That's better.
More Vagrant. Here it comes.
If you want another one, here you go. Just take this pill. It's going to... Thanks for that. Let's see. What do you think of what do you think of the presidential electors? How do you think of those guys? Did you watch the debate? Did you?
I'm a Trump supporter through and through.
Who's that?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. He trumps the competition.
I don't know anything about this guy named Donald Trump. He's never been on the show, so I don't know anyone. I don't get out of this office very often, and I'm always talking to people that no one cares about. Like you, what do you do? Nothing. You do nothing. Just explain to me what you do from morning to evening right now.
When I wake up, yes. I brew a nice old pot of coffee.
You brew? Mm-hmm.
tap into my personal stash, about 2,000 kilograms.
I hope that it's not. I hope you don't mind. But we also have a cafeteria that's open up here next to the studio.
They hear it. That doesn't sound like
we tried to like compensate some other way, but we're losing a lot of money, so we decided to open up a diner right here.
What's it called?
To subsidize. It's called Luix.
Oh, Luix.
Luix. Our specialty today is the fried okra. I wouldn't get that, but if you want, we also have a couple of other options like fish and cheese. We get a.
Oh no! What is the fried okra?
It is a lunch rush right now. We can't really. Sorry about that. So no, the fish and cheese is we get a fish. We put cheese on it, and the kids like it, as you could have heard before.
You know what they say, you are what you eat.
We also had to cut back on the amount of people that could be in this live studio audience. This used to be a syndicated show, but if you haven't noticed, radio has been going down the crapper. And 2 years ago, I went to school for radio. And look who's laughing now. Mother, you thought I was going to end up with nothing, but I've ended up with even less than nothing because I am in debt to even put this show on, but I am contractually obligated to keep it going. And I don't think we're going to have a good... Hang on a minute. Hey, Johnny, keep those kids down out there. Whose idea was it to record this during the lunch rush?
Oh, I can hear the sound of production out there. Yeah, bad idea.
What's your favorite video game?
My favorite video game of all time would have to be the wide ones.
What?
Fat Simulator 2K15.
There was this video game that I saw, but I couldn't play it because I didn't have it. The game was called Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, Creed. I like that band.
And yeah, that's what I thought it was first. I thought it was you play around Creed. You play the band Creed, and in the game, I thought that you were playing a sold out show.
And then a guy comes up and shoots Dimebag Darrell in the chest, and he dies on the spot.
Unfortunately, that's not what it was. I think it's some kind of show, movie, or some kind of game that I don't know how to play.
Well, bless your soul.
Is there anything else you want to say to me before I cut you off?
Starbucks.
Oh, yes. Please explain to me about your Starbucks. I don't think we even got through your whole day yet, have we?
It ends the same way it begins. Spoiler alert. Bookends, baby.
Do you want a job?
I can't have it.
We need someone to staff this diner because we have a large dining room and only 2 waiters.
Save your food.
Do you ever wonder
your new employee?
Do you ever wonder, like, that one guy that comes to your table and he gives you water, he really fills your water, but he's not your waiter? Do you ever wonder who he is?
Is he just got a lot of theories? I'll tell you to be sure.
Is he just going around tables like, hey, you want some water? Here's some water. Is that someone's job? How does that interview process go?
I've never seen an application for it.
Let me see. Like, I'll pretend to be the boss with some water, and you pretend that you want a job. Okay, Nick, I got this water bottle. Would you like to pour it?
I think I am the guy for the job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I will pour that bottle.
I want you to look at this, and I want you to look at this, and this. Can you tell me what are the 3 items that I just put here are cups, and which one would fill water?
Well, through these blackened eyes, I can tell that you've got there 1 mouse, a remote control, and a cup. And through my experience, I know that no good comes from pouring water on electronic devices.
Right.
But this is one of those tests, and therefore your first instinct is always wrong. So I say pour the water down the hatch into the pit.
Well, I don't know if you're going to get anywhere with that answer, but I'll hire you because I feel sorry for you.
That's what they always said.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and genitals, it's gonna come to the lightning round, where we see if he can withstand how many voltages he can withstand. We have here an electric shock pen, which has the potential of blowing up. Here you go. I want you to touch it. And I'm gonna go on the computer right here. I'm gonna go on the computer, www.lightning.com, and I'm gonna sync it up to the Wi-Fi, and it's gonna shock you. Here you go. Play the lightning round music.
What music? That's good music.
Oh, did you hire the band? Oh, there you go. There it goes. Everybody loves this part of the show. I get people writing in all the time. It's like, hey, do more lightning round. Why don't you just make the whole show lightning round? Oh, sorry. Let me lower the voltage. Okay. Sorry, we preempted that. How do you feel?
A little frazzled.
That's fine. Whatever. Anyway, back to my show. Would you like to let's actually we need to cut back here. We need to go to the sponsors. We need to go to the sponsors here. We need to go to the sponsors.
The sponsors never left.
We gotta go to the sponsors. I
think phase 3 is just activated.
We gotta go to the sponsors, and the sponsors say today you can get free Sunday paper and snag the best deals. Get your coupons. Click here on the ad. I'm going to click the ad. Oh. This is on YouTube. I'm clicking the free printable coupons. It takes me to a place called www.shoppathhome.com.
That's
/discounts, and I am prompted to put my email address and my zip code, which I will not be doing right now. And it says on the top of that, install the free savings app to get Sunday paper. What an amazing opportunity we have. Free coupons. It's in big letters, and it's in orange. Under that is the subtext, Sunday paper coupons and deals from shopallathome.com. What did I say? Shoppathhome?
The fact that it needs you to enter a zip code would indicate that
Don't worry, on the bottom right, it says McAfee Secure and Norton Secured, so it's fine. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. Thank you for joining me, Nick.
God bless
my
you.
name I will save for next week. So you can listen to next week's show if you want to hear my name. And as always, this has been a normal talk. We're just normal guys talking about normal things. And this show has been going on for at least a couple years. And it'll probably be going on until I die. So enjoy your show.
Thanks for having me.
Get out of here. Hopefully you didn't park in the parking garage across the street, because your car will be towed. We do not have a good relationship with our across the street neighbors. They're bitches, and we hate them.
Sunoco.
It's not because they are a different ethnicity than us. It's because they act like a different ethnicity than us. Completely different things.
Oh, well, my last words to this world are, tip your waitress. She's single, and she likes those with the money.
That's another problem with society today. There's women that are not with men, and that is what God didn't want.
And that makes my penis cry.
All right, goodbye.
Thanks for buying Vagrant.